Many people are in a battle of their life every day of their life, every meal of their life, every second of their life. Every time they hit a crisis, every time they have a celebration, every time something happens to them that throws them into an emotional bend. People who use food for anything but fuel for their bodies or engaged in a major dysfunction that will carry them to a place of calamity and even destruction every time they abuse food. Food was never meant to be a means for sedating, a means for killing pain, a means for making up for bad feelings, low self esteem. Food was merely supplied to man and to women as a fuel, as a way to provide nutrition, as a way to nurture the body, and to give it the strength that it needs to fulfill its obligations on a daily basis. But some people have gotten to the point to where food has become so much more than just something to make them nourished. It's become a constant companion. And every time there is a problem, they run to food to solve it for them. I wrote a book called Facing Emotions. It was my way of healing myself from the dilemma that I found myself in, and that was using food to solve the problems in my life. Food does not solve the problems in your life. Many people think it does. Many people look at food and they call it comfort food. They call it nurturing. They call it, oh, just making you feel so good when you're feeling so bad. But when food becomes a nurturer, when food becomes a comforter, that's when food gets you in trouble. Because food was never meant to be these things. We use food to do this for us simply because food makes us feel good. Food has a way of making us feel pleasure. And who doesn't like to feel pleasure? Food has a way of lifting us up. Food has a way of making us feel better. Food has a way of making us want to dance and celebrate. It does. It has that kind of an effect on us. Is it a good thing? Not always. It's okay to celebrate. There are holidays when you want to eat your favorite foods and do the things that you want to do, and it's okay. But truly, food is not meant to be taken out of portion and put into our bodies and to cause not only our stomachs to stretch out to a terrible size, but to make our bodies stretch out to an unbelievable size, to where we're so uncomfortable and we're having such health issues that we cannot cope with the problems that we have created by allowing food to come in and take over and give us the problems that we don't need, but now suddenly find ourselves in possession of. When food is the enemy, you have a problem because you can't live without food. It's not like smoking cigarettes or doing drugs or doing alcohol because you got to do cold turkey when you get over that. But when it's food, you have to learn to deal with the enemy. You have to learn to make peace with it. And once you do, you find that food no longer has power over you, but you have to find a way to take power over food.